All right, so if you're watching this video, you should have already created your Coinbase account, verified it, attached your banking information, and this is going to be kind of a best practices for purchasing Bitcoin using Coinbase. You'll note in your dashboard that there is a buy-sell option. I'm going to encourage you not to use this necessarily. I will show you a couple things though. So let's say you wanted to buy some Bitcoin and you've attached your bank account. Your weekly limits might be different. A lot of it has to do with the maturity of the account. If I was to put in an amount here, let's say I wanted to buy $5,000 in Bitcoin in US dollars, I can buy up to 10,000 on a weekly basis through a bank transfer. That's like a direct deposit style. What we'll notice over here on the right is that amount comes down because there's a Coinbase fee to make that purchase. And currently it's available instantly. That's interesting. That's new because in the past when I've made purchases, it actually wasn't available instantly, and it took about 5 to 7 business days, which turns into like a week and a half. And the reason why you need to make sure what it says here is very important because it's not instant, which a lot of times it's not. You're actually going to lock in the price of Bitcoin at this exact moment, and if for some reason when it finally hits your account, if it's lower, if the price of Bitcoin has gone down, you're actually losing money in the value, and that's just part of the volatility of the difference in it's a different exchange rate because it's not a US dollar or whichever currency you're buying from, and so let's see. I'm curious. If I go all the way to the 10,000, what happens? 10,000 buy instantly. Wow. Well, that's quite interesting. That's new. See, before the last time, and literally when I bought, I think my account has matured a little more because it took a week or so. So if that you do want to check that out if you go to buy sell, but in the past it hasn't worked that way. The only way I could buy instantly in the past was if you add a credit or debit card, and there are some banks that won't let you do it, and Bank of America might not even let me do it anymore. And here I have a weekly card limit of 2,000. This started off at like 150, then it was 500, then it was 750, and it just increased to 2,000 potentially through a bank card or a credit card, which is a cool way to hedge your money if it's through a credit card because if you have a low interest rate. So in this case, I could have up to 2,000. And what you'll see over here is it actually reduces that amount to what does it say? Instantly fee 200. 200. Oh, because there's not as many. Oh, because the decimal point. So I go like that. Let's pop it up to that 2,000. Oops. Oh, that's weird. Buy 2,000. Okay, now it recognizes it. Buy 2,000 instantly. And then you have that 1,923, and you have the 76.74. So there's a fee in there, and it takes it down to this. So this is what actually is going to hit the account. But I could literally buy now, boom, with a credit card if I had that available, and it's going to drop into my account. Again, best practices, if you don't have instant availability, here's what you're going to want to do. Over here where it says accounts, you'll note that if you scroll down, and I don't keep a lot in these accounts, you've got this BTC wallet, that's Bitcoin, BTC is Bitcoin, BCH is Bitcoin Cash, there's Ethereum, Litecoin. If you keep going down, there's something called your US wallet. Now you're going to use your US wallet if, when you try to buy Bitcoin the other way, it says it's going to take, to a certain day. You don't want to do that. So if you go to the US wallet, you click on deposit. Now you can deposit or wire transfer. Wire transfers definitely take 1 to 2 days, so it could be a little bit faster. So if you have, the wherewithal to go to your bank and do that, you can. But bank deposit's easy because once your bank account is connected, then you just select the bank account. I've got a couple attached here. I can send up to 10,000. Okay, and then I would click on continue. Now here's what I want you to notice. A bank transfer, it's going to take some time for me here, it's going to be like about 5 days for this to arrive in my account. But it's going to go, and it's going to be in US dollars. So I'm not losing anything if, regardless of what Bitcoin's doing in the marketplace, it's going up and down, whatever. But this money is going to go from 10,000 US dollars in my bank account to 10,000 US dollars in my Coinbase US wallet account. Now I'm not going to send this, but once that were to hit my account, then I can go back up here to the buy and sell, and there's payment method. I could change that, and there's no money in that account right now, but if there was money in my my US dollars account, I'm sorry, I was just checking this out if it showed up there. I guess there's no money in that account, but if there was money in my US dollars account, then I would be able to buy Bitcoin, and I'd buy it instantly that way. So based on the maturity of your account, unless they've changed their abilities, I don't believe you can buy instantly with a brand new account. It takes time to mature because I want to see that you've been buying and selling over time. So you would deposit, again, through accounts, your US dollars, and then once you have money in those accounts, you'll be able to select the payment method to buy the Bitcoin. Don't click on the wrong thing because you don't want to buy the wrong coin. You want to make sure it's Bitcoin, and then you'll be able to select that. Make sure it's here, you select that, and then you'll be able to buy as much Bitcoin as you're allowed to buy, and boom, you go through that process, and then it's going to drop straight into your Bitcoin account. So it'll go from your US dollar account, and it will end up here in your Bitcoin wallet, where you'll then be able to send by clicking on send. And at this point now you've got to go over to the page where you go to do your secure loan, and you're going to go through that process and say how much you're sending, and it's going to tell you exactly how much. And so you literally would copy the number that it gives you, and you would copy the address and paste it in here. And always check the first 2 letters or digits and the last 2 to make sure you've got the whole address before you confirm it. And then you could copy whatever the numbers are. You just, not here, but on that other page, you'd highlight that, copy it, and you'd paste it into the amount. Either it would be BTC. You'd paste it in here. Boom, and then it's going to identify it. So in this case, we're not sending it because there's no address, and then you just continue through the prompts. I always like to write a little message, so I shorthand it. So if it's like, for example, for Freedom Formula, I would say FF and the amount of the loan. If it's 10K, I would just put 10K and then continue. And that way it kind of gives me just a little record of what that transaction is. And that would be a simple way to be able to go and send funds with Coinbase. Well, to be able to acquire and send funds. All right, so if you have any questions, just rewind the video, watch it again, but it's pretty straightforward and you can successfully navigate. Coinbase is very easy to use, and it makes it simple for people to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. And then I'll just throw it in here. Then when you want to withdraw your funds, once it comes back into your account, you click here on the buy sell, and in that case you're going to sell. And now that your bank account's attached, then you're just going to you're going to select which wallet. Again, it's probably going to be in the BTC wallet. Here it says deposit to the US wallet. That doesn't your bank account. That's the wallet inside of Coinbase. So you're actually going to have to select and change which bank account you want to go to. You'll enter in the dollar amount or the Bitcoin amount. It's up to you. And then you're going to sell. Usually it takes about 48 2 business to 3 business days to drop into your bank account. There'll be some small fees there, but at the end of the day, you're being able to transfer your Bitcoin into cash, and then you're on your way to be able to spend your money. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you found it helpful, informative. Take care. Make it a great and prosperous day.